Could you imagine a world where vaccines are not required and there is no threat of vaccine-preventable diseases? Well, this is actually a world that we can create for future generations. In August of this year, the New York Times wrote an editorial over vaccine hesitancy. This is an extreme problem that international healthcare workers are faced with every day. While I agree with the article that this is a huge problem all over the world, I believe that the editorial would have been more powerful if the editors added a claim stating that all citizens should vaccinate, and given reasons why vaccinations are so crucial. You would think that an editorial titled "Children Died Because People Are Wrongly Afraid of Vaccines" would provide reasons why vaccinations are so important, but the New York Times fails to do so, and instead only gave reasons of why one may not vaccinate. I believe that the New York Times editorial would have been more powerful if they had claimed that all citizens should vaccinate. I'll provide 3 reasons why I believe this and the effect that it could potentially have on the future. The main reason I believe that everyone should vaccinate is because you could potentially save your life and those around you. According to the National Foundation of Infectious Diseases, each year approximately 3,000 and 49,000 people die of influenza and its complications. In the U.S. alone, HPV causes around 17,000 cancers in women and about 9,000 cancers in men, killing nearly 4,000 people annually. All of these numbers could be dramatically decreased had everyone been properly vaccinated. Not only do vaccinations help the individual who receives them, but they also help stop the spread of the disease. So why would one choose not to vaccinate? Many believe that they are too healthy to get infected by these diseases, and if they are infected, it is nothing serious. However, these people are very wrong. While young children and elderly are at a higher risk of getting sick from vaccine-preventable diseases, they can potentially strike down on anyone. Many of these diseases can be extremely serious, and in some cases, even life-threatening. Hundreds of thousands of people are hospitalized and die every year due to these diseases. Could you imagine losing your life or a loved one all because you were wrongly vaccinated? So, what would this look like for future generations if everyone were to vaccinate? The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reported that vaccines have reduced and even in some cases completely eliminated these diseases that have killed or severely disabled people just a few generations before. For example, the smallpox vaccination eliminated the disease worldwide. Children are no longer required to receive the vaccination because the disease no longer exists. Polio and diphtheria are becoming very rare in the U.S. due to the fact that we have been vaccinating to prevent them. If we enacted a policy that everyone is required to vaccinate, we could potentially end the existence of these life-threatening diseases. Vaccine hesitancy is a problem that international healthcare workers are faced with every day. The New York Times should have strongly encouraged all citizens to vaccinate and explained how they could keep all people healthy and save our future generations from having to face these terrible diseases. If everyone were to vaccinate, it would help keep citizens healthy and could potentially eliminate the diseases for generations to come. While the New York Times did a good job educating people on vaccine hesitancy, they should have added why vaccines are so important and what they can do for our future generations to come. I believe they should have not focused on reasons why people may not vaccinate, but more importantly, reasons why vaccinations are so crucial and the impact that they may possibly have on the world we know today.